Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Robert Gwynn. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be recapping night one of WrestleMania. And yes, there are going to be spoilers. So it is very important that if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch WrestleMania night one and then come back for my review. With that being said, here is the recap. They opened the match with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos defended the SmackDown titles against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. It was a fairly simple match. Nakamura came out with some specific colors advertising Mike's Hard Half and Half iced tea lemonade. Nice thing to be on TV, PG broadcast advertise alcohol. Anyway, in the match, Boogs got injured when attempting to do a special maneuver. He injured his knee really, really bad, and that led to becoming a 2-on-1 match, and then that pretty much ended it right there. Usos will retain the SmackDown titles. I'm giving it 3 stars out of 5. Pretty simple match, but everything is just a good way to start tonight. It was revealed that Boogs did rupture his patella tendon and is going to require surgery, so he's going to be out for a while. So it was a legitimate injury, not something that was done for storyline. Anyway, the second match, Happy Corbin was battling Drew McIntyre. I'm going to give this match 3 out of 5 stars. Drew McIntyre with the victory, with the Claymore. But the interesting thing was that for the first time in Happy Corbin's career, somebody kicked out of his finisher at the end of days. He has had that maneuver for almost 10 years, and nobody's ever kicked out of it. This was the very first time ever that it was kicked out of. So that was a big deal there. Anyway, like I said, Drew McIntyre wins 3.5 out of 5 stars. The third match was Miz and Logan Paul battling the Mysterios. To give this match 3 stars, nothing really special. Miz and Logan Paul win. Miz got the pinfall on Rey Mysterio. But the interesting thing was after the match, Miz and Logan Paul were celebrating, and then Miz hits Logan Paul with the skull-crushing finale, and basically he turns on his own partner, symbolizing that Miz is just a jerk. So, anyway, next match was for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca Belair. This match was awesome. These two ladies really knew what they were doing. Going to give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Almost a perfect match. We have a new Raw Women's Champion in Bianca Belair. The nearly 3-year reign of Becky Lynch is over. We will see how that goes on a Raw. And by the way, special entrances happened in this match. Becky Lynch had kind of an MCU-based entrance, and Bianca Belair had a Texas Southern entrance with a full band coming out and doing their thing. So that was a pretty interesting thing. We then go to the Seth Rollins versus mystery opponent. Seth was played to the ring by a kid choir during his burn it down. And of course, people were speculating as to who the mystery opponent was. But then when the lyric popped out, it says, "There's only one first family of wrestling." People knew instantaneously it was the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, no longer in AEW, no longer an executive vice president for AEW. He's back where he belongs. He is in the WWE. And him and Seth Rollins put on a great match. Cody Rhodes wins after 3 crossroads and a little bit of flip flop and fly from his dad, the late great American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to give this match 5 out of 5 stars. Basically a perfect match. Cody Rhodes back in WWE, doing exactly what he made a bigger star out of himself tonight than what he ever did in AEW. So kudos for Cody Rhodes. After that, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair defended against the Royal Rumble winner, Ronda Rousey. This match, I'm giving it 4.25 stars out of 5. It was not as good as the other women's match, but it was still a very good match. It was bull and shoe ugly, because when you're getting closer to actual combat versus a choreographed a match like what most wrestling matches are, they're choreographed. I'm not going to lie about that. I know that. But when they get closer to what they call real combat, things kind of get bull and shoe ugly, and that's what this match was. It was bull and shoe ugly. Ronda technically won a couple times, but because of ref bumps, the referee didn't see it, and then Charlotte was able to get the surprise of victory and pull off the victory. So Charlotte is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. In the main event, originally scheduled as the KO Show, Kevin Owens bringing in Stone Cold Steve Austin, and KO basically lied to Austin basically, and saying he didn't really bring him out here for talk show segment. He wanted an anything goes a match, and Austin accepted. So they brought down a referee, and they had a match, and it went all over the place. Weapons were used. They went out into the stands. They went up on the raft. They kind of went all over the place. But in the end, as expected, Austin with the stunner, 1, 2, 3, and that was all she wrote. Austin, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Another great match to end the night with. And Austin will win his last match 19 years after he had his other last match in WWE during WrestleMania 19. So he got to celebrate with his Stone Cold American Lager. And that's it. They announced the attendance for night one at 77,899. Now, when they were at the AT&T Stadium in WrestleMania 32, they had 101,000 people. So it was a little bit it was quite a bit less than that. But the staging was also differently. The staging for 32 was a smaller stage, so they could fit more people in the backside of things. Whereas this stage, there was no room to put people behind the stage like they did in 32. So they had a lot less room to work with ticket wise. So I presume that tomorrow night would be about the same attendance, maybe a little bit higher, simply because somebody would say you can only pick one night or the other. Night 2 is the night you were going to be wanting to go to instead of night 1. So, but all in all, very good night. I'm going to give night 1 a B plus, maybe an A minus. I might take a look at that later. But right now, A minus, B plus is where I'm looking at for night 1. Night 2, I'm looking forward to it. A lot of great matches coming up on night 2. And with that being said, I'm off. I will do the same review tomorrow night after night 2. So look for it then. With that, I'm off. See you next time.